You're sitting on your bike, twisting the throttle, and you think you're fast. Let me mess with your head for a second. Most riders, even the experienced ones, have no real idea what fast actually means. They think a bike that hits 0 to 60 in 3 seconds is the final boss of speed. They think 200 miles an hour on the speedometer is the ceiling. It's not even close. Right now, somewhere out there are machines that would make your superbike look like a kid's bicycle with training wheels. Machines so violent in their power delivery that professional test riders have admitted on camera they were genuinely scared. Not nervous, scared. And here's the problem. Most videos about fastest motorcycles just throw a list at you with boring stats. Zero context, zero story, and you forget it in 5 minutes. You don't actually understand why these bikes are fast, what it costs to build them, or what it feels like to ride one at the edge of control. Nobody fills that gap. That's exactly what we're fixing today. Because I'm going to promise you something. By the end of this video, you'll know the 10 fastest motorcycles ever produced. Not just showroom street bikes, but the absolute extreme outliers, the land speed record monsters, the machines that pushed the literal limit of what a two-wheeled vehicle can survive doing. You're going to understand the engineering behind each one, the insane stories behind their development, and where they actually rank against each other. No fluff, no filler, just pure, high-octane information delivered the way a real rider wants it. If you're new here, this is FastLane Moto, and if you love bikes that bend the rules of physics, hit subscribe, because we live for this stuff. Now, let's get into the proof. Let's start with the entry point of this list, the bike most of you have already heard of because it basically started the modern speed war, the Suzuki Hayabusa. Released back in 1999, this thing carried a 1,300 cubic centimeter engine and managed to hit roughly 194 miles per hour in stock form. That number scared the entire global motorcycle industry so badly that manufacturers reached an informal agreement to cap production bikes around 199 miles per hour. Think about that for a second. One single motorcycle scared the entire industry into self-imposed speed limits. That's not just a fast bike, that's a bike that changed history. And even today, more than 2 decades later, modified Hayabusas are still some of the most feared machines on American highways. Moving up the list, we've got the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R. This bike took the Hayabusa's formula and refined it with a 1,441 cubic centimeter engine, producing well over 200 horsepower in tuned configurations. Stock top speed sits around 186 to 190 miles an hour because of that same gentleman's agreement, but unrestricted versions and aftermarket tuning have pushed this thing past 200 miles per hour with shocking ease. What makes the ZX-14R special isn't just raw speed, it's how Kawasaki engineered the chassis to stay stable at those speeds. A bike doing 200 with a wobble is a death sentence. This one doesn't wobble. Now we're entering more dangerous territory. Number 8 on this list is the Ducati Panigale V4R. This is where Italian obsession with engineering perfection meets raw, unfiltered speed. With a Desmo Sedici Stradale engine pulled almost directly from MotoGP technology, this bike produces over 200 horsepower from a relatively small displacement, and Ducati's aerodynamic winglet design helps keep the front wheel planted past 190 miles per hour. Riders who've taken this bike to a track describe the power delivery as almost unnervingly smooth until you hit the upper rev range, and then it just explodes forward like something fundamentally changed in the laws of physics. At number 7, we've got the BMW M1000RR, German engineering taken to an extreme. This bike uses an enormous amount of carbon fiber, even in the wheels, to cut weight down to a level that feels almost unfair compared to its competitors. With around 212 horsepower and a top speed crossing 190 miles per hour, the M1000RR isn't just a number on a speedometer, it's about how fast that number arrives. The acceleration curve is so aggressive that even seasoned racers need a few laps just to trust the throttle. Now here's where things get genuinely terrifying. Number 6 is the Lightning LS218, and this one breaks the mold completely because it's fully electric. No gas engine, no exhaust note, just a direct drive electric motor producing instant, brutal torque the second you touch the throttle. This bike has hit documented speeds of 218 miles per hour, making it the fastest production electric motorcycle ever built. Because electric motors deliver maximum torque instantly with zero delay, riders describe the acceleration as feeling less like a motorcycle and more like being launched out of a cannon. At number 5, we arrive at the Kawasaki Ninja H2R. And this is where the list stops pretending these are normal motorcycles. The H2R is not street legal. It cannot be registered, it cannot be ridden on public roads anywhere in the world because it was never built for roads. It was built for one purpose, to be the most extreme production track bike on the planet. Powered by a 998-centimeter supercharged engine producing somewhere around 310 horsepower, this bike has been documented hitting speeds close to 249 miles per hour, with some claims pushing even higher under ideal conditions. The supercharger whine alone has become iconic, a high-pitched scream telling you something mechanical and slightly insane is happening under that fairing. Number 4 belongs to the MTT Turbine Superbike. And yes, you read that right, turbine. This motorcycle is powered by an actual Rolls-Royce Allison gas turbine engine, the same family of engines used in helicopters. We're talking about a motorcycle with essentially a jet engine strapped to a road-going frame. It produces over 320 horsepower with a documented top speed exceeding 227 miles per hour at a price tag that has historically crossed $185,000. It's recognized by Guinness World Records as the most powerful production motorcycle ever made. Owners described riding it less like piloting a motorcycle and more like commanding a small aircraft that happens to have 2 wheels touching the ground. Number 3 takes us into hyperbike territory, machines built using car-derived engines adapted into motorcycle frames, including builds using Bugatti Veyron-derived quad-turbocharged 8-liter V16 power plants. With claimed top speeds reported to exceed 250 miles per hour, these machines exist more as engineering flexes than practical vehicles, but they prove a terrifying point. When car manufacturers decide to build a motorcycle, the result isn't just fast, it's borderline irresponsible in the best possible way. Number 2 takes us away from production bikes completely and into the world of land speed record streamliners. These aren't bikes you'll ever see on a showroom floor. They're purpose-built missiles, fully enclosed, custom-fabricated machines designed for a single run across a salt flat with one goal, going as fast as humanly possible on 2 wheels. The current land speed record motorcycle sits around 376 miles per hour, set by Rocky Robinson back in 2010 on a twin-engine streamliner. To put that in perspective, that's faster than most Formula One cars, faster than commercial aircraft during takeoff roll, all balanced on a vehicle the width of a human body. The rider lies in a position barely different from a coffin, surrounded by fuel, engine components, and unimaginable risk, all to chase a number very few people on Earth will ever fully comprehend. And finally, at number 1, the Dodge Tomahawk. Now, I know some of you are already typing in the comments, that's not a real motorcycle, it has 4 wheels. And you're right to feel conflicted about it, but it earns its spot because of pure audacity. The Tomahawk uses an actual 8.3-liter V10 engine borrowed directly from the Dodge Viper, the same engine putting out insane power in a sports car, except this time it's stuffed into a motorcycle-style frame with 4 small wheels for stability at extreme speed. Dodge never officially confirmed a verified top speed run, but based on the engine's output and gearing, estimates have placed potential top speed in the range of 350 miles per hour, with some claims going even higher. It was never meant to be a practical vehicle, it was a statement, a reminder that when engineers are given 0 restrictions and unlimited ambition, they build something that makes absolutely no sense and somehow makes complete sense at the same time. So there you have it, 10 machines that completely redefine what fast means on 2 wheels, from the Hayabusa that scared an entire industry into setting limits, to a literal turbine engine on a road bike, to a land speed missile that goes faster than some airplanes during takeoff. But here's something I haven't mentioned yet, something most people watching this video have no idea about. There's an unreleased prototype currently being tested by a manufacturer that, according to leaked internal documents and a few insider sources in the industry, might be designed specifically to break the 300-mile-per-hour barrier in a street-legal configuration, something that has never been achieved in the history of motorcycling. No production bike has ever officially crossed that line. And if this leak is even partially true, everything we just talked about today could be outdated within the next couple of years. I'm digging deeper into this story right now, talking to a few contacts in the industry, and if I get solid confirmation, that video is coming to this channel before anyone else covers it. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on, because when that story drops, it's going to change the entire conversation about what the fastest motorcycle ever made actually is.